It's set to bring you the second of the three-game set. As you know, in the opener last night, we had ourselves a good ball game. They were tied at 3 after 9 innings of play. Then with 2 on the bottom of the 10th off Jeff Weaver, Mags Ordonez cranked out at his 29th homer, and the Sox won at 6-3. So the Sox now still tied with Kansas City, 5 games behind Minnesota, and tonight sending Mark Buehrle to the bump.
Well, partner, Mark Buehrle's got a lot of pride in how he wants to finish this season up. Here's a guy that's sitting on 14 victories right this minute. Trust me, he wants to get to 16. He has 2 starts left. Here's a guy that won 19 last season. So he's very excited about tonight's start against the Yankees. He gets pumped up against teams, particularly like the Yankees, Red Sox, these types of opponents. He's looking to go out there and dominate a very good professional team in the Yankees. He's going against Jose Contreras. The Sox don't know him, so they're going to have to battle against him tonight.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. Game 2 of this 3-game set, and DJ will be back with the rest of the starting lineup.
Chicago White Sox baseball, brought to you by Miller Lite. Grab yourself a great-tasting, low-carb Miller Lite. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Chicago White Sox. Your local Ford stores. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again. And by Toyota. Get the feeling.
We're back at U.S. Cellular Field, getting prepared for Game 2 of this 3-game set between the New York Yankees and the White Sox. Sox had an outstanding game last night. They came out on top of the Yankees, who have the second-best record in the American League. Mags Ordonez was the hero. 3-run blast and extra innings with the game tied at 3. All right, we are set to take a look at Joe Torre's batting order tonight. Alfonso Soriano on a 10-game hitting streak. What a night he had. Set a major league record with his 13th leadoff home run of the season last night. Johnson to follow him. Jeter behind Johnson. Giambi, Posada, Williams in the heart of the lineup. Matsui, Boone, and Rivera close it out. Your Pepsi defense is Lee, Everett, and Ordonez in the outfield. Freddie Valentin, Roberto Alomar, and Paul Konerko are your infielders, with Sandy Alomar behind the plate and Mark Buehrle looking to pick up victory number 15. His 4.19 ERA, 34 starts, 2 complete games, 278 opponents have batted against him. He's given up 242 hits in his 223 and a third. 21 of them have gone over the fence. Umpires, Tony Randazzo is at home plate. Ted Barrett at first, C.B. Buckner second, and Tim McClellan over third base. And taking a flashback look at that man, Alfonso Soriano, last night. Leading off the game, number 13 in the leadoff hitter. And then to the big part of the field, out of Aaron Rowan's reach, a second straight home run of the ball game. Right now, Buehrle's got to be careful. The man's dangerous, obviously, leading off this ball game. He's instant offense, so got to make some quality pitches. Buehrle's ready to go, as is the powerful Soriano, which means it's time for my partner, Ken Harrelson, to take it away.
All right, DJ, thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here with WCIU Channel 26. And the first pitch of the ball game to the 25-year-old second baseman up high. Soriano comes in at 292, 36 homers. He's driven in 86. There's a strike. Yankees at 97 and 59, 5 games in front of Boston. As we speak, trail Baltimore 3-1 at Fenway Park, 3rd inning. And the count 1-2. Yankees hitting at 270 as a club with a 4.08 team ERA. Yes, he gone.
Mark Buehrle going right after the power hitter, up out of the strike zone, a nice cutter in. Soriano covers the inside part of the plate very well, but that was just located perfectly.
So here's the DH tonight, Nick Johnson. Nick takes strike 1, hitting at 298, 13 homers. He's driven in 46. 2 for 3 last evening. Shanks out. This is the 5th meeting of the year between these two clubs. In the first 4, Sox have won 3 of them.
Nick Johnson gets on base. He has a .439 on base percentage. He has 69 base on balls in his 90 games.
Torrey, Don Zimmer. Aaron Boone. 2-2 here at U.S. Cellular Field. 330 down the left field line. 335 down the right field line. 375 in the gaps and 400 straightaway center. Curveball, chop foul. Yankees come in at 50 and 28 on the road this year. And at Yankee Stadium, they are 47 and 31. Full count with Derek Jeter on deck.
Mark Burley's been more successful at home this season than the road. 8-4 with an ERA at 3.74.
Ball hit deep in the left. Johnson, good opposite field power, and there's 1-0 New York.
Well, obviously you're so careful with Soriano to start the game off, and then you have Johnson, who does have good power, period, right behind him. You make one mistake against him, and look what happens.
Young man's got a chance to be just an outstanding hitter. Nick Johnson, 14 homers. Here's Jeter at 323, 10 homers. He's driven in 52. He was 1 for 3 with an RBI last evening. Take strike 1. In lifetime against Burley. 8 at bats, has 4 hits. And the count 0-2.
Jeter is the true definition of an inside-out hitter. Shooting it the other direction. Always thinking right center field, right field.
Last time Burley saw the Yankees was last year. He pitched a terrific 7 innings, left after 7. Sox had a big lead and couldn't hang on to it.
This is just his 3rd start in his career against the Yankees. Never has he pitched at Yankee Stadium. Just missed the opportunity this year.
He gone.
Mark doing a nice job just pitching up out of the strike zone with his 2 strikeouts. Obviously, the hitters thinking they look enticing and then going after them. They would have been balls, Soriano and Jeter's.
Here's Jambi. It's sawed off. Trying to get him a shot. Can't get there. Jambi hitting at 249. Jason has 39 homers, 102 knocked in. He was 0 for 3 last evening. Done some damage off Mark, though, in 10 at bats, 4 hits, 2 of which have stayed in the park, and he's knocked in 5. All over that one, just underneath. 0-2.
This season, Mark Burley's had left-handers hitting just 261 against him, compared to 285 for righties.
See Ray Valentine on the first base side of second. The ball hit hard. It's going to be a double. Hard to get the ball out over the plate for this Yankee team. If you do, you're going to get scalded. Giambi.
Not a whole lot of defense on that side of the field, from straightaway center field to left of second base. Anything, just two players as center fielder was shifted towards right center.
Switch hitting catcher Jorge Posada at 281, 29 homers. He's knocked in 98. Soft line drive to Robbie, and that'll do it. Nick Johnson's 14th homer after a half inning of play as the Yankees won and the Sox coming to bat.
Let's take a look right now at Jerry Manuel's batting order, brought to you by Pepsi. Roberto Alomar will start things off, followed by Carlos Lee and Frank Thomas. Mags Ordonez, 45 doubles, fourth in the AL. Carl Everett to follow him, Konerko. And Valentin Creedy and Alomar. Defensively, Matsui, Williams, Rivera, the outfielders, Boone, Jeter, Soriano, Giambi, the infielders, Posada, and Contreras, the battery. Contreras, 6-2 this year with a 3.84 ERA. 16 games, 8 starts.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours as Robbie Alomar will lead it off. That's about it. Robbie had 259, 3 homers, 17 knocked in. First time any of our hitters have ever faced Contreras. He's 31 years old, 6'4", 230 pounds, out of Cuba. He's had some awesome credentials down there. And what's he going to feature, Feisty?
He's got a very deceptive fastball, nice slider, curveball, but he's got a nasty splitter that he uses as his strikeout pitch.
There it
is. The splitty, look at it right there. Not anymore.
I was talking to Ken Singleton, one of the Yankee announcers. Jim Cott said his splitter is very unusual. It's almost like looks like a knuckleball coming up there. And that's by Aaron Boone. Carlos going to give it a shot. Here's a throw off the mark. .34 two-bagger for El Caballo.
Carlos not messing around. He just saw this breaking ball, something he can pick the rotation up on, hit it hard. Two-hopper to the backhand side. Boone tried to get in position, got on him pretty quick where he couldn't do any more than that. He's either going to catch it or not. And it was the not.
Here's Big Frank, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs last night. Frank, 41 homers, 102 knocked in on the season. Takes fastball strike. They were talking about the strikeouts this season. Contreras now with 63. Almost all of them have come on that splitter.
In other words, you don't want to get to 2 strikes with this guy.
Better get him in a hurry. And that ball in right center field hangs up long enough for Juan Rivera to run underneath it.
Rivera did a nice job closing that gap on that one as it was slicing back towards him off of the bat of Big Frank. That left the bat looked like for sure it was a tied-up ball game.
Here's Mags. Mags at 323, 29 homers, 96 driven in. 3 for 5 last evening. With a game-winning 3-run homer in the bottom of the 10th. Splitter. Outfield, for the most part, straight up, spread out. I mentioned the Yankee outfield does not move around very much. Threw that one right by him at 95.
Very deceptive. He's just kind of big and lumbering out there on the hill, and all of a sudden blew by you. 95, 96 he can get it up to.
And right now let's check out our picks to click this evening. The man Joe, our director and crew, went with Jose Valentin. DJ's going with Mags. Karen Levy and I are going to go with Joe Creedy. Thinking about you, Karen. Here's the 0-2. Splitter. And that'll do it after 1-0 New York. One nothing New York here in the top of the second inning. And for all you Sox fans and memorabilia collectors out there, don't forget to call toll free tonight at 1-866-313-1312 to bid on a 2000 White Sox American League Championship flag that flew at U.S. Cellular Field this season. And we'll tell you more about that. Hard to do with Burley pitching, as there's a nice pick by Creedy. Ernie Williams, one pitch, one out. Now bidding tonight will be open until the end of the 7th inning. And the bidding start at $250. That's the starting bid. So call now 866-313-1312. Remember, tune in tomorrow afternoon's game over WGN when the Sox Charities will be auctioning off an all-star baseball signed by 2003 White Sox All-Stars Jerry Manuel, Esteban Loaiza, Carl Everett, and Maglio. All proceeds from the night auction will benefit White Sox Charities. Matsui takes strike one. Right back to Mark. Not hit hard. 2 down. And once again, that number for that 2000 White Sox AL Championship flag that flew at U.S. Cellular Field this season. 1-866-313-1312. There it is. Third baseman Aaron Boone. Change up strike. Boone at 236, 5 homers, 27 knocked in. Swing it back and out of play. Checking the slate of action for you around the American League. As we mentioned, Baltimore at Boston, Toronto hosting Tampa Bay, Detroit at Kansas City, Minnesota at home against Cleveland, Seattle at Anaheim, and Oakland at the Coliseum hosting the Rangers. Over in the National League, top of the 5th, and Cincinnati Cubs leading 1-0. Big series at Florida, bottom of the 4th. Phillies shutting out the Marlins 3-0. Pittsburgh at Shea Stadium against the Mets. Atlanta at home against Montreal. San Francisco, no score, top of the 2nd at Houston. And Milwaukee leading St. Louis 1-0. Bottom of the 1st at Miller Park. He gone. Third strikeout for Burley after an inning and a half. 1-0 Bronx Bombers.
On deck from
Nick Johnson's 14th homer in the first inning. 1-0 New York. And we are interactive tonight. If you want to email us, poof, email Hawk and DJ, SoxTV at chicagosports.com. That's Hawk and DJ, SoxTV at chicagosports.com. Carl Everett. Carl at 284, 28 long ones. He's knocked in 87. And the count 2-0. Chops that foul. And you can enter the Create Your Favorite Major League Baseball Team website contest, and your class could win tickets for a 2004 game. Open to Illinois students in grades 4 to 6. Visit whitesox.com for official rules and details. Three and one.
Carl Leverett, the former Yankee first rounder. That was drafted back in 1990 by the Yankees in the first round. And you know the stomping grounds, Coach. Hillsborough High School.
Yeah. Big high school. A splitter.
Now, when you throw in the mid-90s and then you have a splitter like this, it's just a flashback of many a closer in the 80s and early 90s. All of them threw in the mid-90s in this nasty splitter.
So here's Paulie. Canerco at 238, 18 homers, knocked in 65. Paulie 0 for 4 last night.
Contreras had a 8 strikeout game, 2 starts back against Tampa Bay. That is his best on the season, which is the only time he's spent in the big leagues.
Well, I've seen this guy pitch a couple times on TV. And he's got a lot better stuff to the eye than he does from the camera.
Oh, no question.
Man, he's nasty.
Yeah, the times I've seen him on television, I really have not appreciated what I'm seeing tonight.
No.
And I knew coming in that was probably going to be the situation. The guy is 6-2. He has opponents only batting .214 against him. So apparently he's pretty nasty.
His velocity is about a foot and a half quicker than it looks on TV.
Exactly. Very deceptive when you watch that motion, then he lets it go and then pop. 95, 96.
Posada. Right up the chute. So here is Jose Valentin. There are his numbers. Sox come in at 262 as a club with a 4.17 ERA. Sox 50 and 29 here at US Cellular Field.
Contreras has got that type of stuff to be a potential closer.
And you can cancel a post-game show. As you could in the first inning with that double by Carlos Lee. Second hit for the Sox.
Jose just caught it off the end of the bat. But it's a start. 2-out rallies, they happen. Creedy has got to get him early in the count when he sees something straighter with the bend and not get to that 2-strike situation on that splitter.
Joe 2 for 3 last night. Good lead by Valentin.
And he's definitely going to be able to run against Contreras. with a decent jump. Not real fast delivering the baseball to the plate.
And the count 2-0.
Contreras really hasn't faced a steady diet of tough teams this year in his starts. He had one start against Boston, which he had lost. Only lasted 3 innings, and another one against Toronto where he did well.
High pop up. Jambi, and it'll do it. We're into the third, trailing by 1.
Got a special guest up in the booth with us once again, Christine O'Reilly, to tell us about what's going on with the phone-in auction. How's it going?
Things are going really well, DJ. We had a couple items already. We started on Friday, as you know. And tonight's item that we're auctioning right now that fans can call in for is a 2000 American League Central Championship flag.
Oh, Jose. Oh, my. What a great effort by Jose Valentin right there. Rivera just beating out this long throw from Valentin. Good effort.
We have taken some items that we thought that fans would love to hold on to.
They want to see
special
it.
memorabilia and even experiences. You know, we've told fans this is a special opportunity for those viewers at home to have an opportunity to participate in our auctions. We have the auction here at the ballpark every night in the Hall of Fame gift store. We have the online auction, but this is something specific where television viewers can phone in, place a bid. We'll run the bidding until the end of the 7th inning. The winner's notified by phone, and we ship the item out to them. And as I mentioned the other night when I was up talking about the auction, we have a golf outing coming up. Little afternoon at the course, thanks to Hawk. DJ says he got roped in on that one, Hawk.
Uh-oh. I think he missed it. Let's see. Carl Everett back. Yes! Carl Everett right at the 400 mark off the bat of Alfonso Soriano makes the play. Burley. They have saved and spared a couple of runs right there.
Tonight's item, as I mentioned, is one of the flags. They're the flags, actually, that fly here in the ballpark. And we collect those every year and auction those off. But that golf outing, the Bolingbrook Golf Course with DJ and Hawk, is on Saturday the 27th. So again, fans, we encourage those of you who are watching the game tonight to call the special telephone number, which I'll give you now. It's 1-866-313-1312. An automated phone system. Just place your bid, and it's a great opportunity for fans to collect a little bit of memorabilia. And it raises money for Chicago White Sox charities, which I've said this before and I'll say it again. We are so appreciative and thankful for our fans who really help us raise a lot of money that we give to Chicago's nonprofit community.
One thing we all have to recognize is that the White Sox are so involved with so many outstanding causes and charities throughout the year. And, you know, the fan participation and the community involvement, it has been outstanding all the years. And I know that I've been around the White Sox organization. And I imagine it's going to continue to be. And, you know, the one thing is each charitable event is so different. And this is just, once again, another different way to be connected to the organization and the community. Plus, you get some great items.
Right. It's a lot of fun. We hope our viewers take advantage of it. We think it's a great opportunity for them. And, you know, you mentioned about the fact that we have been able to give a lot. Chicago White Sox Charities was just established in 1990. So when you think about it, it's a relatively young organization as the nonprofit side of the White Sox. And since then, we've given away more than $5 million. So I'm really proud of that. And I think that really speaks to kind of the spirit of the White Sox and how we really are dedicated to giving back to the Chicago community who gives us so much support every year.
Well, Christine, we want to thank you once again for coming out here and telling the community about what's going on with our auction tonight, tomorrow, and through the last 4 games in Kansas City also.
Thanks, DJ.
All right, thank you, Christine. Christine O'Reilly once again coming up here and letting us know what's going on. If you're interested, remember you can call 1-866-313-1312 and put a bid in on that pennant-winning flag from 2000.
1-2 pitch to Nick Johnson. He gone. Curveball. 2 down.
Mark Burley. Nice breaking ball right there, changing things up on Johnson compared to what he did on the last at bat.
Here's Jeter. Struck out on a high fastball. Outfield slightly to the right, gap in left center. Ball in the left, Carlos. Yes. And that'll do it. Nothing across after 2.5. It is still 1-0 Yankees. First pitch to Sandy Alomar, leading off here in the bottom of the third. 1-3-0 for the Yankees, 0-2-0 for the Sox. Big, strong right-hander Jose Contreras, 6'4", 230 pounds, and looks bigger than that. There's that splitter.
I'd take a second once again. It is Season Ticket Holder Appreciation Week here at U.S. Cellular Field. I'd like to congratulate Zig Stutz as Sandy just throws the bat. Zig Stutz has been a season ticket holder since 1969. His favorite players current are Mark Burley, Carlos Lee, and Mags Ordonez. His favorite memory is a Dick Allen home run in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Sox won a doubleheader against the Yankees. Also, Julio Cruz crossing home plate to win the division in '83.
There's a base hit on the exploding bat. So the leadoff man aboard.
So, I'd like to once again thank Zig Stutz. Sandy just sawed off, but it's solid enough, as you saw, to get it out there in a great location.
Here's Robbie. Robbie struck out on that splitter. He's got a Jim Dandy. Tries to bunt. And once again, a reminder, we are interactive tonight. So if you want to email us, just log on and email Hawk and DJ, Sox TV at chicagosports.com. And the count 0-2. There it is, Hawk and DJ, Sox TV at chicagosports.com.
As a hitter, you face a guy, you get a couple strikes on you like Contreras, you really have to put it in defense mode. Just put the bat on the ball, no overswinging. And second time around now through the order, Roberto Alomar, who struck out in his first at bat on that nasty splitter, has a pretty good idea that he's got a wide range of velocity to cover. That splitter, not very hard compared to that fastball. He's just got to be short and to the point, put the barrel on the ball any way he can.
Four strikeouts for Contreras. Well, here's Carlos. He drilled a double by Aaron Boone at third. 194. Number 95.
Very easy to get the fastball past hitters when you've established you'll throw that splitter. All of a sudden, they'll be a little tardy.
Two down. Here's Big Frank. Frank hit a liner in right center field. Slice back to Juan Rivera. Gave him a chance to get there and make the catch. Okay, that's splitter hit. Well, from what we've seen just so far here in 2 2/3, might be the best one we've seen all year.
No question. And this is one of those guys where, I mean, he's got such a good fastball, you have to be ready for it. And when you're ready for it, he throws a splitter. There's no way you're going to hit it. You're going to be out in front.
Pops him up right side. Soriano. So the leadoff single by Sandy Alomar is wasted. We're into the fourth. First pitch to Jason Giambi, changeup. Looked like he cracked his bat. Giambi lined a double into left center field, his 24th of the season. And here's an email just came in from Buddy Cerna, Northwest Indiana. Wanted to know, do you think the Sox will retain Colon and Loaiza for next year? There's a little short fly ball. Carlos, yes.
Carlos did a good job getting his body in position to make that more comfortable underhand grab rather than side reach. Got to get his body off to the side, running hard. And also, that is a area of the field where you're running and putting that ball right into the lights. Got to be careful.
Here's Posada. A soft line drive to Alomar at second. The question was, do we think the Sox will retain Colon and Loaiza? And also here's another one. Bambi from Elwood says, I love Big Frank. Will the Sox re-sign him next year? We're starting to get a lot of emails about. There's a line shot. Like to call it. 2 down. Well, we don't know. I mean, believe me when I tell you, you guys out there know as much about it as we do. So, just have to wait and see. Ernie Williams. Went out to Creedy. As a reminder, we encourage all White Sox fans to visit the Majestic Athletic Hall of Fame gift shop on the main concourse, as well as the gift shop on the upper concourse here at U.S. Cellular Field.
You know, the unanswered questions about who's coming back and who's not, that's good. Makes for an interesting winter.
Hot stove league.
Yeah, you kind of sit back, get your anxieties, your excitements going. All right, what are we going to have? We're going to have this, we're going to have that. At least it makes you think about things for next year if you're a big fan.
Change up. And count 2 or more. There's Esteban. He's going to be on the bump tomorrow against Mike Mussina. Sean Harper from Batavia says, with Joe Creedy's defense and his potential to hit for average along with power, do you think he could be an all-star in any of the coming years? Definitely. Sean Harper. Another good change. And the count is full. Young man right there. We talked about Carlos for a long time. Hadn't even come close to scratching the surface. Offensively. First walk by Burley. And here's Hideki Matsui. So he hit a little soft comebacker to mark his first trip. Crowded him with that pitch. Good pitch by Mark.
See what Matsui did in his 10 seasons over for the Giants in Japan. What a career.
On the outside corner, 1-2. Cubs now leading Cincinnati 5-0. Game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cincinnati. San Francisco has scored 10 times in the top of the 2nd down at Houston. St. Louis leading Milwaukee 5-1. Bottom of the 3rd at Miller Park. Phillies still shutting out the Marlins 3-0. Bottom of the 6th down in Florida. Minnesota leading Cleveland 1-0. Bottom of the 3rd at the Humphrey Dome. Tigers leading Kansas City 3-2. Top of the 3rd at Kauffman Stadium. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the top of the 4th. 1-3-0 for the Yankees, 0-3-0 for the Sox. First inning homer by Nick Johnson, if you're just tuning in. He gone. 5th strikeout for Mark. And after 3.5, there it is.
So who'd you piss off this time, Beck?
That first inning homer by Nick Johnson. Sox with 3 hits. Here in the 4th, it'll be Maggs, Everett, and Konerko. Struck out on that nasty splitter from Contreras. There it is again. There's another email. This from Grandma Sandy and Sydney. We just want the Sox to know that we don't care what place they end up in the standings. They will always be #1 in our hearts. Thanks for a great and exciting year. Good luck next season. We'll be watching. All right, Grandma Sandy and Sydney. 2-1.
You know, a few different ways we could look at the White Sox season. They got off to such a terrible start. It almost was impossible in the first few months of the season to think that they would come close to contending for the division crown. Well, they got so hot, of course, everybody had the hope. And they had a long run of playing well, and then they ran into the bad days.
Full count.
So, I mean, it has been a season of missed opportunities really early, if you look at it. And then they made an outstanding run, and unfortunately played poorly down the stretch here, whereas the Twins have played great.
Minnesota going for their 10th straight victory tonight. They lead Cleveland 2-0, bottom of the third. Payoff. So the dreaded leadoff walk. First walk issued by Contreras. Sox fans and memorabilia collectors, don't forget to call toll-free 1-866-313-1312 tonight to bid on the 2000 White Sox American League Championship flag that flew at U.S. Cellular Field this season. Bidding tonight will be open until the end of the 7th inning, and the starting bid is $250. Be sure and tune in to tomorrow afternoon's game over WGN when the Sox Charities will be auctioning off an all-star baseball signed by the 2003 White Sox All-Stars, Jerry Manuel, Esteban Loaiza, Carl Everett, and Mags Ordonez, and all proceeds from these auctions will benefit White Sox Charities. Carl takes strike one.
Sox going to have to do anything they can. Mags gets himself a good read, jump, got to go. Got to play aggressive, get in scoring position. I don't think it's going to be, there's going to be an overabundance of hits against this guy out here on the hill tonight. In fact, opponent's only hitting .214 against him on the year.
Jeter, very quickly over Soriano. One out. Carl Everett, switch hitter, grounds out to the fourth plate. And talking about switch hitting, here's one from Michael Hagopian. There's can the switch hitter return and bat the other way in his at bat with the same pitcher? And the answer is yes, Michael. He can go back and forth if he wants to. Here's Canerco. Popped up for Jorge Posada. Tigers leading Kansas City 5-2, top of the fourth inning. Missouri. Should be. We're into the fifth, trailing by a run. First pitch to third baseman Aaron Boone, lined hard past Jose Valentin. So Boone, who struck out his first trip, starts it off here in the top of the fifth with a solid single to left. Rivera had an infield single.
What a difference in two pitchers tonight, Contreras and Burley. Deliberate as the bunt right through it. Throw. Sandy not in time down to Canerco. Burley very deliberate, not too deliberate, excuse me, fast working, works both sides of the plate, up, down. Really tries to entice hitters to chase his pitches, whereas Contreras is a guy that Takes his time, slow moving, and powers you with his pitches and gets you to swing at that nasty splitter. Contrast between these two.
Damned him, ate him up. And here's another email. This Dave and Beth Casino, one of my favorite little cities in the country, Bolingbrook. Just welcome in, they said, the newest White Sox fan, Patrick George Casino, born 9/11. Patrick is already wearing his White Sox jersey and sleeper. Go White Sox. He will definitely see the Sox in the World Series in his lifetime. Congratulations, Dave and Beth from Bolingbrook.
Yeah, congratulations.
Pops it up on the change. So with one out, Boone at first. Let's pause for station identification.
You're watching WCIU Channel 26, The U.
On with Darren Jackson, Ken Harrelson from U.S. Cellular Field. Second of this three-game set. Tomorrow, the last home game of the 2003 season. Finish it up with 4 in Kansas City. Tomorrow, as we mentioned, Esteban Loaiza against Mike Mussina. So make your plans to be with us here at the ballpark. If you can't, that game will be over WGN. First pitch strike to Soriano, who struck out his first trip. Then in the third inning, gave everybody a scare with a man aboard. High towering drive in the center field that Everett caught right in front of the 400-foot mark. Gotta watch Boone. 8 for 8 in stolen bases.
Yes, you do. Last season, he had 32 bags. One of those few players hit 25 home runs and 30 stolen bases or more. You see that from many third basemen.
Tigers now leading Kansas City 7-2. Still hitting in the top of the fourth. Breaking ball. And here's another email from Larry Kagan. Says, Hawk, I attended a 1965 game between the Sox and Kansas City. Could you sign my program along with Paul Lindblad, who was a left-handed pitcher for us? But Luke Appling and Gabby Harton were coaches for Kansas City during that time. Did Gabby ever tell you about the center field shot? And what is your favorite Luke Appling story? We also had Jimmy Dykes as a coach on that club. And I used to play a lot of golf with those three guys, and I'll tell you, it was almost, for me, magical. Jimmy Dykes used to sit by me on the plane, smoke that 1.5-foot long cigar. Turn me green. Lays off that one. They were 3 wonderful gentlemen and 3 truly Hall of Famers. Gabby was the best player.
Well, those, I know at least Hartnett and Appling could not have been youngsters when they were coaching.
No, they were up in their years right then.
And that was in the 60s.
Well, you know where they did their coaching, quote, quote, literally, they talked to you. They would sit there and talk to you all day long, all day on the plane, all day in the clubhouse, and for as long as you wanted to stay after the game, as that third ball fouled away. And Gabby was just so interesting. You know, he made so many great statements. For example, he said you can never be a great catcher until you've caught great pitchers. He said great pitchers teach you how to become a great catcher.
No question. You can't try and figure them out, but you sure can learn from them.
Foul back.
I can imagine what, being behind the plate behind somebody like a Tom Seaver, Sandy Koufax, or Don Drysdale, and they're all different in their styles. And how much you can learn from each one if you had the opportunity to see those varying styles and take it all in, utilize it, helping others.
Change up. Count hangs at 1-2. Well, I think the two most poignant things that that I remember so vividly about catching, he said that catchers has two main responsibilities. The first one is to get his pitcher, find the rhythm, get him into it, and keep him there. And the next one is try to take his second best pitch in that particular game and make it an out pitch. That's up high. And if you can do that, you're probably going to win the ball game or get an excellent outing out of your pitcher. But he said, get them in their rhythm, keep it in them. I don't care if you take a foul tip off the shoulder. Give them the ball back and keep them going if they want to work fast. Don't slow them up. Full count. He said if the guy's struggling out there, what you want to do is you got to try to make him work a little faster. And if that doesn't work, then you back him down and make him work a little slower. He said you just got to find that rhythm.
One of the things to me that would make a lot of sense catchers need to do is spend quite a bit of time away from the park with their pitchers.
Another foul tip by Soriano.
Just talking to them, listening to what they have to say about what they are thinking when they're out there on the hill.
Plus learning about them as a person. Are they fragile? Are they solid? You've had a lot of outstanding pitchers who were very fragile. Things had to go their way. And another foul ball. And then you've had some guys who you've played with and seen, and I've played with and seen over 40 years that didn't have a whole lot of ability, but they were tough as nails. And they would battle it out with you. And to tell you the truth, you're looking at one right here. Of course, he's got some ability, but he's not overpowering with his stuff. Softly hit. Sounded like a broken bat.
Great battle on both ends. Burley, pitch after pitch after pitch. But the winner, Soriano. You should have seen the look on Burley's face after he made contact on this little jam shot. Like, oh, come on. After all of this, I got to give up a knock. Well, he kept him in the yard. There's the key. Now, just roll up the double play.
Soriano now with an 11-game hitting streak. And here's Nick Johnson, who has homered and struck out. 2 on, 1 out. I'm talking about pitching this fall. High school pitchers can learn from White Sox pitching coach Don Cooper, who's a good one to talk to. He teaches more of how to get guys out rather than mechanics. He's got those two, but for more information on the Bull Sox Academy's advanced pitching camp, call 630-PLAY-BALL or visit bullsoxacademy.com. Two and 0 the count. Watch out, they got him nailed. Yes. Big pickoff right there by Canerco and Burley.
I'll tell you, that's the second time Burley's used that outstanding pickoff move now to catch the trail runner. And that's just perfect timing. I mean, really not a whole lot Soriano can do other than just be standing close to the base. And Mazzilli helping him a ton.
Jams him, pops him up. Brady's going to make the play. And that'll retire the side. Halfway home, 1-0 Yankees. Jose Valentin leads it off here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 Yankees. As they singled his first trip. And the count 2-0. There's the strike. And here's another email from Rick Rodriguez from Carroll Stream. We'll get to that after the pitch. Off the foot. Says, why is it that the Sox have such a difficult time when they face a pitcher for the first time? During your playing years, do you guys remember having experienced this? Is it all between the shoulders?
I remember, it being very similar, facing a pitcher for the first time, not having a lot of knowledge on him. You have to go on scouting reports, or if somebody in the lineup has seen him elsewhere at the minor league level or in another league, and it's unfamiliar territory for you. But the thing is, I didn't play on many teams with the quality hitters that the White Sox have.
Well, that's the whole key. Right there to me. There's that splitter. I don't ever recall seeing a team of this talent have, for the last 2 years, have this much trouble with pitchers that they have never seen. I mean, it's almost been to the point of ridiculous.
Earlier in the year, it's probably about a month and a half ago, I counted up all the pitchers that we had seen for the first time in starts.
I remember that stat that you came up with.
And we had failed over 50% of the time against first-time starters that we had never seen to have a successful ball game. And when I say failed, we did not score more than 2 or 3 runs.
Well, the thing about it is, to me, is that certainly not to take in. Now, this guy out there on the mound tonight, he's got big-time stuff. Make no mistake about that. But we face some guys with very, very mediocre stuff out there for the first time. I mean, who stuck the bats right over our behinds. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Well, I know one thing, that lately, I'd say within the last month and a half, we've done a little bit better against guys that we're not familiar with.
High pop up by Creedy. Well, sometimes in that situation, a club can get a hang-up about it. There's no doubt. Just like you'll see clubs go through a period sometimes, they get a hang-up about a man on third in less than 2 outs. You'll see a club go through periods like we have seen our club go through this year and last year, but primarily this year. Bases loaded, no out or 1 out, and it just seems like the hitter feels like all the pressure's on him, not on the pitcher out there on the mound.
Again, we are talking about a very, very outstanding offensive club that the White Sox should be. Not your average team. Now, there have been teams I've played on offensively that just really weren't that good, and you would expect the things that have taken place this year with the White Sox to of course, happen. But it's been very surprising at the length, I'd say, that the White Sox outstanding hitters have struggled.
Sandy fouls it back. Sandy had a broken bat single. And here's another email from Big Lou. It says, Creedy's crew will be at the last 2 Sox games in Kansas City. That's great, Big Lou.
Yeah, all right.
Ball gets away. Posada's still going to get him. Got plenty of time. That is 7 strikeouts now for Contreras. And we're into the 6th, trailing by 1. One 5-0 for the Bronx Bombers, 0-3-0 for the Sox. If you're just joining us, first inning home run by Nick Johnson, his 14th of the year. And Dominick's is a proud sponsor of White Sox baseball and is happy to support White Sox charities by making a donation for every double play recorded by the Sox during the regular season. Sox have turned 148 of them. Jeter has struck out and lined out deep to left. And singles to center.
One thing Jeter did right there that was very smart, especially with Mark Buehrle on the hill, is he took his time. Buehrle works very fast. He took his time, got up there, put his hand up, letting the umpire know, hold him up, let me get set. And then the first pitch, he was ready. Got himself a base hit because of it.
Giambi has doubled and gone out to left. Takes first pitch strike. It was 7-2 Tigers. It is now 7-6. Kansas City hitting in the bottom of the fourth. Two and one. Take your time. You got time. Now Jose drops the ball in the transition. Had all kinds of time to turn that one with Giambi running. For one out.
And of course, these are the kinds of things that have happened pretty much all year long. Just little things in clutch, tough situations to help the pitcher out in a close game. And just a little lost in the transition type thing. See if Buehrle can not have it become a problem.
C.B. Bucknor and Joe Torre.
Of course, Joe Torre wants to go out there and just have a very clear explanation as to why Bucknor felt that it was in the transfer that he lost that ball. It did happen very quickly, as Jose was trying to maybe be a little too quick.
Posada going out to second and lined hard to Konerko. Coldwell Banker is a proud sponsor of White Sox baseball and is happy to support White Sox charities by making a donation for every White Sox home run hit during the regular season. Sox have hit 215. Two and one.
Yankees hitters draw a lot of walks. Posada has drawn 92 base on balls this season. There's a .407 on base percentage. As a team, they have a .357 on base percentage.
This end to left. Carlos.
.357 on base percentage compared to the White Sox at .330. Talked about that before, though. You got to be a hitter that it's part of your game to draw walks, and the Yankees have a lot of those type of hitters.
Bernie Williams going out to Creedy and walked. Takes a punt. Big White Sox hello and happy birthday to Glenn Jones. 74 years young today. Big Sox fan. His son, Scott, part of our WCIU crew tonight in the truck. Change up, 2-1.
Bernie Williams started this series the most dangerous hitter of all American League hitters against the White Sox.
Back through the middle. Well, the inning that should have been over continues.
Bernie Williams started the series a lifetime .357 hitter against Chicago. And goes ahead and just punches it right through the wickets of Burley.
That's hard to do.
Yes, he can field his position.
Matsui has bounced softly back to Burley and struck out. Matsui 16 homers, 105 RBIs. Strike on the corner.
Godzilla, his nickname in Japan.
Takes it right there. Burley in command of the count, 0-2.
Matsui was a 3-time home run champion over in Japan for the Giants. For Yamiori, also 3-time RBI king. Won a batting title once.
Pretty good pitch. Pretty good pitch right there.
Early trying to hits that inside corner with a little cutter. Saw Sandy at the last second just try and snap it back to that corner. In fact, looking at Matsui's numbers of last season, he must have just missed the Triple Crown. He had a .334 average last year, which was not tops in the league. But his 50 home runs and 107 driven in were in 140 games.
Another shank.
Matter of fact, Matsui has not missed a game in 3 years, including this season. He's played in 157.
And on first and second, 2 out, and a 3-2 count. Carlos with the throw, not in time. Yankees lead it 2-0. And the inning that should have been over continues. Now
Matsui, I was just talking about the fact that he's a good hitter. .334 last year. So he's not up there just trying to jack the ball. Anything he can do to drive in the runs, he's going to do it. And sure enough, has hit it hard the other direction, and that's it. Giambi going to go ahead and score that run, which could have been and should have been a double play, and him not on the base paths.
Here's Aaron Boone, struck out, and he singled. Change up. Two and 0. Now the Tigers have come back to take an 11-6 lead, hitting in the top of the 5th over Kansas City. 3-0.
Mark Burley has used a lot of pitches in this game. 97 of them. In the top of the 6th inning.
There's one. There's two. And that's foul. Got Sullivan. Popped up Alomar, but the Yankees get a gift run, and after 5.5 they lead it 2-0. Top of the order for the Sox here in the bottom of the 6th. 2-8-0 for the Yankees, 0-3-0 for the Sox. Corners in close. Bobby Alomar has been really baffled with the splitter by Jose Contreras. Nice pick by the big right-hander. One down. And here's another email as you look at the replay.
Contreras right there, right where his mitt was.
As Carlos Lee steps in. Carlos went for 2 doubles. This one, Jerry Fire from Lincolnshire. I'm amazed at how much Carlos Lee has improved in his defense this year. I'm sure he's worked hard, and I credit him for the improvement, but has there been a coach who has worked with him to get him so much better?
Well, there's not one particular coach that has just gone out there and said, Carlos, do this. It's an accumulation of the years in the big league and learning things. Now, Joe Nosek will talk to the outfielders. Bruce Kim will be out there hitting balls to him, along with Rafael Santana. Well, Carlos has known what to do. He's applied it this year.
High and deep to left field. Matsui In front of the track. Two down. Here's Big Frank. He's gone out to right, and he's popped to second. During every home game, visit the Majestic Athletic Hall of Fame gift shop located on the main concourse and bid on unique White Sox and baseball memorabilia in the audience auction presented by Majestic Athletic. 2-0. Nasty. Right on the outside edge. Splitter. 3-1. Big Frank in the second with his 33rd two-bagger.
The big key is to make Contreras, if he does happen to throw a splitter up, get it up. Here's a fastball that Frank timed perfectly, but didn't get elevated. Just smoked it just inside that line. As it ricochets around down there in the corner. Frank just cruised into second base.
So here's Maggs. Maggs has struck out and he has walked. Watch out, they'll hit him. Off-speed pitch.
It looked like a splitter that he just let slip out of his hand. Maggs, going to get hit by any pitch from this guy. I'd be happy it was that one.
This is in the Bronx. Almost took him all the way up in those seats. That one off Clemens. And then last night, bottom of the 10th in a 3-3 tie, 2 on. And Jeff Weaver threw that pitch. Sox won that game 6-3. Mel Stottlemyre has had his say. Tying runs the board with 2 down. Carl has struck out on that splitter and hit into a 6-4 fielder's choice.
Contreras has the ability, no question, especially with Carl Everett up there, to throw nothing but splitters and probably get the switch hitter out. He's already featured a couple of fastballs to him, so Everett, standing that close to the plate's got to cheat on it.
Another splitter. Another splitter. retire the side. We'll go to the 7th, trailing by a pair. First pitch to Juan Rivera here in the top of the 7th. Pop up, foul territory. Sandy Alomar. So 1 pitch, 1 out, and that'll bring up Alfonso Soriano. He struck out, gone deep to center, and had a broken bat single to left. The fence and makes the catch. Soriano got himself close to 800 feet of fly balls in this game.
Oh, yeah. And taking a look at our forward snapshot, Carl Everett. Nonchalant, easy. I got it. Right there at the top of the fence. Did everything right. His hand on the wall. Knew where he was.
Here's Nick Johnson. He's 1 for 3, a homer. Opposite field shot in the first inning. He also struck out and fouled out to Creedy. And here's another email from Alex from Westmont. I've been a Sox fan for 63 years. And I would like it if they could win it soon. We're with you, Alex.
Yes, sir.
Curveball popped up. Jose Valentin. 1-2-3 inning for Burley. 7th inning stretch. We need 2 to tie.
Again.
Right now it's time to check out our Miller Lite Major League scoreboard. 9th inning in Boston, 5-2 Orioles. Final, Toronto beat Tampa Bay. Ed Scotto made the 5. Minnesota shutting out Cleveland 3-0 in the 7th. That's Kenny Rogers. Tigers hurting the Royals 11-6 at Kauffman Stadium. Later on, Texas at Oakland and Anaheim hosting the Mariners. Over in the National League, Florida's come back to take a 5-3 lead over the Phillies. That game in the 8th inning. 9th inning, 1-0 Mets over the Pirates. Final, Jerry Wood, the Cubs, they shut out Cincinnati 6-0. Cincinnati only 2 hits in that ball game. 8th inning, no score, Montreal at Atlanta. 5-1, St. Louis leading Milwaukee in the 7th, Miller Park. San Francisco with 10 runs in the 2nd inning, leading Houston 10-0 in the 6th. 6-0, Rockies shutting out the D-backs at Coors Field. Later on, Dodgers taking on the Padres at Qualcomm. For the Sox, it'll be Konerko, Valentin, and Creedy to face Jose Contreras, 31-year-old right-hander out of Cuba. Contreras, if you recall, is a pitcher back in 1999 when the Orioles went down to play in Havana. Went 8 scoreless innings against him, giving up just 2 hits and had 10 strikeouts.
Now taking a look at 3 major international tournaments against professional players: 99 Pan American Games, 2000 Olympics, and 2001 World Cup. Contreras was 7-0 with an ERA at 0.59.
Breaking ball strike.
7-0. He just gave up 36 hits in 66 innings while striking out 66. So you can see why the international community would be interested.
Bernie Williams. America now 0 for 3. Here's Valentin, a single and a strikeout. It started right here, Jose, with one. Splitter. The splitter's got some devilish movement. In the case of our hitters, it's acting as a changeup, but just has more movement. I know we have trouble with a guy who has a good changeup. Fastball upstairs. Damaso Marte.
Contreras has been very effective, just throwing 87 pitches here in the 7th inning.
Right at Bernie Williams.
As a starter this season, Contreras is 5-1. Does have the 6-2 mark overall. Yes, he is somebody that's going to be able to help the New York Yankees.
Joe's had a couple pretty good hacks off of him. Takes that fastball right there. He's 0 for 2. 2 big pop-ups.
Contreras is the kind of pitcher also you have to try and think with. Otherwise, you'll always be in trouble. Because of that nasty splitter, if you walk up there saying, all right, I'm looking first pitch fastball, and he throws that splitter, well, it looks just like his forkball. You end up swinging right over the top of it.
As we've said so many times, anytime you got to protect up and down off against a guy, you've got a problem. It is so much easier just to have to protect in and out.
Well, these are definitely the kind of pitchers where you want to just be very short and quick, not big swings. If you load up at all, you got no chance unless you just time the fastball.
Good job. Pitch hitting.
It's like another splitter on a ride. He just sails in and just catches, looks like, got Creedy right on the belt buckle. Nicked his jersey.
So here's Sandy, a broken bat single and a strikeout.
That's the last thing that Contreras wants to do, is hit batters and bring the tying run to the plate.
Souvenir. Two strikes to Sandy. Let's pause for station identification.
You're watching WCIU Channel 26, The U.
DJ Darren Jackson, Ken Harrelson from U.S. Cellular Field, second of this 3-game set. There's that splitter. 8 strikeouts now for Contreras. We're into the 8th, trailing by 2.
Here in the top of the 8th inning, let's check out our Toyota game summary as it's 2-0. Yankees on top, 8 hits. 4 hits for the Sox. Johnson a solo shot. That's 2 RBI. So Burley went 7 innings. Had 5 strikeouts. He's done as Donaldson Marte comes on to face Derek Jeter here in this top of the 8th.
Jeter 1 for 3. Good breaking ball.
Mark Burley, not the chance to pick up win 15. They're going to need some help to avoid loss 14.
Try to backdoor him. 31,305 in attendance. Two and two. Full count to Derek Jeter. With attendance tonight brings the season total to 1,913,575. And another souvenir. So again, make your plans to be with us tomorrow afternoon. Final game of the season here at U.S. Cellular Field. Esteban Loaiza against Mike Mussina.
Mussina going for win 18. Loaiza, number 20.
Mussina also going for win number 200. Jambi 1 for 3. A double in the first, and now to left in the fourth, and in the sixth. With Jeter on first. Hit a hard one hopper right to Konerko. Should have been an easy double play. Ball was dropped in the transition, and he eventually came around to score the second Yankee run. 21 to count. Three and one.
Donaldson Marte, the one-time Pirate, and prior to that, he pitched for the Yankee organization. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. After Marte used to be in your possession, you've got to say he's the one that got away.
Here's Posada. Going out to second, lined out hard to first, and going out to left. Mariners had him as well.
That's right. The Mariners were the first. He signed as a free agent back in '92 with the Mariners. And ended up with the Yankees to Pittsburgh.
Well, as good as his numbers are this season, it still goes to show you how much talent he has, because he has not been as effective with his control as he was last year.
No question.
He just come in and dust guys off with 3 pitches.
I mean, it was automatic. Last year, he got in a rhythm. I mean, 3 guys he'd face an inning, 3 sit down.
He had that pitch right there, that backdoor curveball, down to a T last season.
You just said it. This actually been a laboring season for Marte, and he has the 2nd best ERA of any reliever in the American League.
2-2. He's just got so much talent. Got that motion. He's got the arm. He's got that bit of a funky delivery, especially with left-handed hitters. And when he's throwing hard, can get up there at 95, 96 with just an outstanding breaking ball.
And he's also hoping maybe in the near future to get an opportunity to start games. Always very, very difficult for an organization to say, sure, we'll give you that opportunity to start, when you cannot find somebody that can replace him in the bullpen. The bullpen now is so valuable.
How to play right side. That's gotten to the point in today's game, unless you get about $60 or $70 million worth of starting pitching out there, you can't win without an outstanding bullpen. And you got to have 2, preferably 3 good left-handers out.
No question. And you know, to bring up the left-handers, the Sox have had 3. They've been throwing the ball very well. And Marte, Wunsch, and Scott Schoenweiss has been throwing the ball very well.
Off the end of the bat, Robbie. 2 down. And that'll bring up Bernie Williams. Bernie has gone out to Petey, walked, and single sharply right back through the middle. Boston has come back to tie Baltimore. Orioles hitting in the top of the 10th, 5-5. Tigers leading Kansas City 13-6. Bottom of the 6th. Kauffman Stadium. Minnesota 4, Cleveland nothing. Game in the top of the 9th at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome. So this could be the clinching evening. They're going to go ahead and put Bernie on to get to Matsui.
dislikes facing left-handers. He's just a good hitter. That RBI single the other direction against the southpaw a little early in this game. Mark Burley driving in the second run.
Yeah, he hit against Damaso last night and ripped the single in the right field. Takes first pitch strike. So 106 RBI. Thomas call.
We want to talk about even coming into this game. Matsui hitting .289 against left-handers, .288 against right-handers.
We don't put the numbers he's put up. All of them with right-handers. The ball into left center field. Everett. Yes! What a catch by Carl Everett that saved 2 runs. Beautiful play. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. 2-0 Yankees. Watch this. Bobby Alomar, 2-0. Yankees lead it. Takes ball 1. Robbie 0 for 3. Last time up, hit a hard comebacker that Contreras made a nice pick on.
Well, the minute that Contreras records 1 more out, he will have pitched his longest outing at major league level. He's already matched his career best in strikeouts with the 8.
2-1 the count. Carlos Lee on deck. Frank Thomas in the hole. 2-8-0 for the Pinstripes. 0-4-0 for the Sox. Activity down in that pen. There he is. Here's Carlos Lee. 1 for 3. Will not clinch tonight. Boston has won in the bottom of the 10th. Homer by David Ortiz, 6-5 over Baltimore. Ball line hard on the left, right at Matsui.
All right, now let's take a look at our 5th third bank's hardest working player of the game, Carl Everett. Been doing it on the defensive side. Taking extra bases away from Soriano. And then closing it off against Matsui, saving a couple of runs. 5th third bank's hardest working player of the game.
94-mile-an-hour fastball outside corner to Big Frank, who is 1 for 3. Frank has gone out to right, popped to second, and doubled hard down in the left field corner. Check it up. Ball gets away. And that'll do it. We'll go to the 9th. 2-0 Yankees.
top of the 9th inning, and it's a 2-zip score. Yankees on top. Scott Sullivan on. 14th game with the Sox, a 2.84 ERA, with the opponents hitting just 146 against him. He's on to face Aaron Boone Rivera at the top of the order.
Breaking ball, no. Boone, a strikeout, a single, and a pop-up to second. The right fielder Juan Rivera, who has an infield single, a pop up to first, and a foul out to Alomar. Top of the 9th, down in Florida, 5-4 Marlins over the Phillies. Come into the nice action with a 1-game lead over the Phillies. 2 over the Cubs, and now they're coming in 2 over the Cubs and Houston. So they are going to be 2.5 over Houston. San Francisco scoring 10 times in the 2nd inning, leading 10-2, top of the 8th. There's a final now, 5-4 Florida. Foul ball. What a job Jack McKeon has done down there with the Marlins.
No question, Trader Jack has really somehow come in there and motivated these players. And sometimes things do work out when you make a managerial change, when you got a team that you feel should be, succeeding a little better than they were, and it's definitely been the case with McKeon taking over down there. Pulled him right out of retirement.
Well, I talked to a couple of scouts who have seen that club play quite a few games, and they talked with Jack, and Jack said the only thing I've done is just get out of their way and let them play.
Jack McKeon was my manager while I was in San Diego, and that's pretty much the kind of manager he is. But he is very good at reading his players and communicating.
Kelly Bunch.
Yeah, Jack McKeon is one of those guys as a player you don't mind going out there and busting your butt for, because he just said it a minute ago, he gives you every opportunity to. He just lets you go out there and play.
Funny thing about baseball, good managers don't like to manage. They just want their players to get out there and play.
To me, a good manager is it's a simple thing. He knows when to make the moves, assessing the ball game. He's well ahead of anything that can take place. It's not going to be caught off guard. And also just understanding his players.
Full count.
You don't have to be a bully. You don't have to be any of those things.
Those days are gone.
Yeah, that's unnecessary. The old ranting and raving and yelling at players. Players nowadays have so much power that they pretty much look at you and yawn and walk away. So you better understand them and know what makes them tick.
The ball hit deep in the right center field. And it is 3-0. Number 4 for Rivera.
That was a blast into right center field from Rivera. That ball got well into the seats and in a hurry. The ball landed. People didn't need to be trying to catch it. They needed to get out of the way. It was coming in hot. That's some wrist snappage right there at the point of contact from Rivera.
Here's Soriano. Breaking ball. Alfonso is struck out, going out deep to center. Single. And going out deep to left center. 1-1.
Soriano with the 2 home runs last night and a couple of just missed them tonight. This guy's just unbelievable to watch.
Ball and 2 strikes to the 25-year-old.
Talk about some wrists. This man possesses them.
Well, for me, 3 best sets of hands on a bat, if you're talking about live bats in this league. Delgado, Soriano, and Eric Chavez. Jock Jones has got a live bat, but not quite with those 3.
Jock's a little different. The ball really jumps off of his bat. There's no question. It's just amazing how hard he can hit a baseball. But yeah, there's a little different jump off those first 3 names you mentioned.
Line shot into right. Another guy's got a live bat. We're going to see the last 4 games of the season. Angel Burrow.
Yeah, a little wiry shortstop, a lot like Soriano, and possesses a lot of power and drive. You're right. He'll surprise you.
Nick Johnson has Jerry Manuel out of the dugout. So breaking the action as Sullivan departs. Once comes on, and we'll be back.
Kelly Wunsch, one of those outstanding left-handers we were talking about down in the pen for the Sox. No wins or losses, but in the ERA just over 2 with opponents batting 126. 32 strikeouts in his 35 plus. He's got an assignment of getting Johnson right here, hopefully via the double play.
Johnson 1 for 4. First inning homer. Ball hit hard in the center. Gathered back off the fence. Soriano now being held at third. Like we said earlier, Nick Johnson got a chance to be just an outstanding hitter.
Well, he's got a very good eye. He went down, kept his head on that ball, and just smoked it. Carl Levitt turned his back and tried to get back there. Couldn't get there quick enough as that ball was not hit high enough. It was just smoked.
Well, mechanically speaking, he's got just about as solid a swing as anybody in this league. From just a purely mechanical standpoint.
I like his setup. His setup is he's got the front side open. Front leg open, closes it off, continues to keep the front shoulder closed, and attacks. Not trying to pull everything either.
Giambi with the sacks packed, 1 out. Take another look right here. Yeah, we didn't see the swing. Just a bullet off the center field fence. There's a strike. Watch this. Swing. No wasted effort at all right here from Johnson. Quiet hands. Right to the ball. He's short and quick. Good breaking ball. 1-2 the count to Giambi. 3-11-0 for the Yankees. 0-4-0 for the Sox. Two and 2. Minnesota has defeated Cleveland 4-1. Their magic number is down to 1. It is 7-0 Yankees. Grand slam homer by Jason Giambi. His 40th of the season. He has 106 RBI.
We talked about the good pitching out of the bullpen for the Sox. Now listen, Sullivan had trouble and once has just been smoked. Giambi does such a good job letting the ball get back to him. He's always been one of the best in the league, and he does it against Wunsch right there.
2-0. It's New York's 220th home.
Giambi from a different view. Just gets the hands inside the ball so nice. He's so strong. And that barrel comes snapping through.
And here's Bernie Williams. And Don Cooper coming out. Billy Koch. And the bottom of the 8th in Kansas City, 15-6. Tigers leading.
Sox went into New York and just whomped them the first couple of games. Tonight, the Yankees trying to return the favor at U.S. Cellular.
Change up. Bernie has grounded to third, walked twice, and singles. Houston hitting in the bottom of the 8th, trailing the Giants 10-2. Milwaukee hitting in the bottom of the ninth, trailing St. Louis 5-1.
Ernie Williams always been a very, very patient hitter. Has a pretty good idea of what his strike zone is and what he wants to try and attack.
One of the things over the years and watching Bernie play is how consistent he is. I'm not saying consistent, I'm talking about dangerous from both sides. A couple of years ago, you could not get him out hitting right-handed, and he had that hot streak there for almost the whole year. And then all of a sudden, it'd flip him around to hit from the left side, and it'd get you there.
No question that he's a money player. Come through with a lot of clutch home runs and hits in his career.
He gone. Good breaking ball coming back door. And here's Matsui, ninth hitter to come to the plate this inning. 1 for 4, an RBI single, but was robbed of extra bases and 2 RBIs on a beautiful catch by Carl Everett.
This is the third different left-hander that Matsui's seen in this ball game. We saw Marte his last at bat. We're getting all different kinds of angles. From over the top with Burley, Marte, 3/4, and Wunsch sidearm.
– 3-0. Third walk of the inning by Wunsch. So Wunsch will depart. Koch comes on, and we'll be back.
Kelly Wunsch, the second pitcher of the inning, had a lot of trouble. He followed up Sullivan, who had his problems. Now Billy Koch will give it a go. First two each recorded and out. Koch trying to get the third one here in the ninth inning. See his numbers on the season. Billy trying to finish the season up strong on a terrible year for him, as every player at this particular time of the season. If they have struggled, all they can do is try and finish up strong and have a positive frame of mind going into the offseason.
Aaron Boone started this inning off with a ground ball to short. Two and 0. 7-12-0 for the Yankees. 0-4-0 for the Sox. Konerko. But the Yankees come up with a big crooked number. They put 5 on the board. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth in a whole bunch of trouble.
Just announced for the first time ever now at your local Ford store. 0 interest, 0 down, no payments until 2004. Get 0% financing for 72 months on every 2000.
You see it. Yankees, 5 big runs at the top of the 9th inning to make it 7-0. There's a pitching change for the Yankees, as Jose Contreras had an outstanding evening on a career high 8 innings. Rivera, 5-2, 1.73 ERA, 39 saves. Opponents hitting .233 on the year. He has 58 strikeouts, along with 58 hits. In his 67 2/3, just allowed 10 walks.
For the Sox, it'll be Maggs, Everett, and Konerko to face the 33-year-old right-hander out of Panama City, Panama. Just tuning in, Yankees 1 in the first, 1 in the 6th, and 5 here in the top of the 9th.
Rivera tied for second, starting the day in saves with Eddie Guardado. League leader is Keith Folk. Folk has 43 saves on the season.
So here's Maggs. He has struck out, he has walked, and he has been hit by a pitch. And what a very impressive performance by the 31-year-old Cuban right-hander, Jose Contreras.
Well, he was everything I thought he was going to be, and more.
He was more than I thought. Yeah. That splitter was the best one we've seen in a long time. What movement.
Again, the thing that surprised me the most was that very deliberate motion and the heavy, hard 95, 96 mile an hour fastball he was throwing.
One and 2 the count to Mag. Once again, a reminder, make your plans to be with us tomorrow afternoon. Final home game of the season. Esteban Loaiza against Mike Mussina. If you can't make it to the ballpark, that game will be over WGN. Bullet right back through the middle. So here's Everett. Carl has struck out, hit into a 6-4 fielder's choice, and he's popped up to right field.
No, right about now, Carl Everett, his bat is in jeopardy. Being left-handed with the cutter of Rivera. Even if you know it's coming, the only way you get the barrel to it is if you're going to really cheat and yank it foul. That's if he locates it where he usually does, right on that inside corner to the lefties.
3-0 the count. So the first 2 men aboard.
Well, maybe we're going to see one of those situations where a closer comes in to get a little work, and that's it. Gives up about 3, 4, 5 runs real quick. Wouldn't be the first time. Put him in a different situation with the game on the line, and then intensity is a little different for him.
So here's Polly, 0 for 3 tonight, 0 for 7 in the series. Let's give him a finish, guys, right here.
Well, the reason Rivera's in there, he hasn't thrown since the 19th. Torrey's got to get him some work no matter what. Can't have your closer inactive for too long. Good, bad, or ugly for Rivera in this particular situation. He's out to get the work in.
Just joining us, 3 home runs in the ball game. First inning shot by Nick Johnson is 14th. Ninth inning solo shot by Juan Rivera, his 4th, and a grand slam by Giambi in the 9th, his 40th. It's a tag run. Is that it? First down, double play. Mags at third, and here's Jose Valentin. Jose 1 for 3. What you were just talking about a minute ago, Feisty, I tell you, I just don't see how left-handers hit this way. Especially when it's right underneath their hands. No chance.
Well, I know if I'm a switch hitter, I'm going up there right-handed against this man.
And no question about it. That wouldn't even be an issue. But we're down to our last bullet. 2 out, a ball and 2 strikes. The Yankees can clinch a tie tonight. Boston in 10 innings, home run by David Ortiz, beats Baltimore 6-5. Full count. Joe Creedy on deck. And this ball game is over. So the 5-run ninth just opened it wide open. As the Yankees do indeed clinch a tie for the American League East. They win it 7-0, and we'll be back.
Let's take a look right now at our Miller Genuine Draft Play of the Game off the bat of Jason Giambi. Bases loaded. He clears them. Grand slam. Cap off a 5-run 9th inning. That's a Miller Genuine Draft Play of the Game.
And the final totals on game 2 as the Yankees square the series at a game apiece. For New York, 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They left 10. The Sox, no runs, 5 hits, no errors. They left 6. Contreras, the winner. He is 7-2. Burley takes the loss. He is 14-14. And a reminder, our next White Sox telecast will be tomorrow afternoon when the Sox play their final home game of the season against these Yankees. Join us at 1 p.m. for all the action over WGN-TV. So for my partner, DJ Darren Jackson, our director, Jim Angio, our producer, Big John Walgren, this is a Hawk Ken Harrelson. So long, everybody.